Now it's going to work on connecting to the internet. There we go. We are successfully connected. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the EnGenius Smart Mesh Router. I did receive this product to review, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in my video description below. You can see how it comes packaged to you right here in a very nice and simple retail box, going over some of the features on the back. Then we have a lot of your tech specs right there for you. This is a 2-pack. They also have a 1-pack version of it online. The model number is ESR530, and this one's -2-pack. So I also reviewed other EnGenius products on my channel. Be sure to go ahead and check out some of those previous videos. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the package contents. Here are all the package contents. First up, we have your quick start guide right here walking us through how to set up the next generation of Wi-Fi by downloading the EnMesh app for iOS and Android devices. They also have some EnFile app instructions too for easy file sharing. Then some important FCC and technical statements on the back for you. Next, you can see we have 2 identical power supplies, 1 for each unit, 2 mounting hardware kits, 2 screws, and 2 wall anchors. Then we have 1 Cat5e cable. And then we have both of our units right here. You can see they're identical to each other. It says EnGenius on the front with their branding. We have an indicator light. We can look at it from the bottom side too. We have a QR code with our Wi-Fi SSID right there. All the information easily accessible for you. Then you can see on the bottom we got our power port, our DC plug port. We have our WAN gigabit and our LAN gigabit and a USB 2.0 port as well. And you can see how they're flush with the base. And we have a spot right here for our cables to come in, but still allowing us to have that nice flush mount wherever we want to attach these on a wall or ceiling or anything along those lines. And again, we can look at the second one. It is identical as well with their logo and branding right there. Our indicator light. You can see the backside too with our QR code with our network information. Our mounting slots, 3 feet as well too for a nice grip on a flat surface. And you can see our power port. We have our WAN and our LAN, both gigabit and USB 2.0 right there. Now let's go ahead, let's get the app downloaded and let's set these up. So now I got everything set up and ready to go. First, you can see we have 1 unit with our Ethernet cable plugged into the WAN port that's clearly marked blue for you. Obviously, we have our power cord plugged in too. Then we have our second unit right here off to the side, nothing plugged in. We're not going to need any cables plugged in besides the power supply for the second unit. So we have the EnMesh downloaded. This is the screen you'll be at once you download it and open it up. So you can see we do not currently have an account. So let's go ahead. At the very bottom says create new mesh network, click wizard. So go ahead, select that. They're showing you what you need. The mesh router, Ethernet cable, power cord. Connect it from your modem to the router, which is what we did using that blue WAN port that's clearly marked for you. Then go ahead, have it power up, and then wait for it to go from white to orange. So currently we have the orange blinking light right now. So go ahead, select orange. Now we need to give it some additional permissions. Now we need to scan the QR code. So let's select next. The QR code's at the bottom. So go ahead. Just line it up. There we go. We just scanned the device. Now we'll wait for it. There we go. Wants to join the network. Select join. It's working on connecting for us. All right, the connection was successful right here. Now we can go ahead and see that it's doing the orange short flashes for us. Now select next. Now we need to name our router. Let's go ahead. Let's just leave it. Let's do studio for now. Select next. We need to select our country, USA. Next. Now it's going to work on connecting to the internet. There we go. We are successfully connected. Select next. Now we need to create an EnMesh account right here. So go ahead, enter your own username and password, and then select next. Now you can set up and change the Wi-Fi SSID right here if you want. I'm going to go ahead and leave it as it already is, then select next. Now there's one final check right here showing you the name, the SSID, the password, our username and password as well. You can screenshot your info very quickly, which is cool. So that's awesome. We just took a screen grab and we can go ahead and select save and apply. And now it's finishing setting it up for us. So there we go. We're all set and ready to go. At this step, we can connect to EnMesh now, or we can add more devices. Let's go ahead. Let's select add more devices. So first up, they show you again what you need to add more devices, our mesh device and a power cord. Then the next step, we got to power it up. And then we can discover more devices within around 9.84 feet of one another during setup. And now we need to go ahead and select the devices right here. So the device will show up with Bluetooth ID or the EnGenius SN on the list. So let's make sure, there we go, it's showing up right there all by itself with Bluetooth, which is really cool. Select next. There we go, the mesh Wi-Fi pairing was a success. It took around a minute or so for that to work from 1% all the way up to 100%. Now we can select next. And it says we're all set and we can easily add more devices if we want in the future, depending on the layout of your home and how much area you're trying to cover and to get additional signal strength in your house, building, office, that sort of thing. So let's go ahead, let's select you're all set because we only have 2 devices today. So there we go. Now we can go ahead. It's going to log us right into the app automatically. So let's go ahead, let's check out some of the EnMesh app settings. So first up in the top right-hand corner, we're going to select the information icon. This will walk us through connection information and our LED indicator light statuses. So white is a stable connection, orange is spotty, and red is disconnected. Make sure the devices are within 10 meters or 30 feet of each other. Then we can go back out from our dashboard. You can see in the top left-hand corner, we have more options to go through. Wi-Fi devices, parental controls, settings, diagnosis, advanced, about, and log out. We can also see our app version at the very bottom. If you select advanced, that'll take you to a web page to view additional advanced settings. Then we can look at our main settings right here. Once we select that, you can see EnMesh account, system info, internet. We can upgrade our firmware, date and time, country code, and language right there. Then we can see most of those settings right from our dashboard and easily click on them. So first up, we got Wi-Fi right here. We can see our primary and our guest network. We can also view advanced settings. So 2.4 and 5 gigahertz right there. Then we can go back. Then we can look at diagnosis. We can run internet speed tests. You can see our results from earlier today. And then mesh speed tests. So that's a speed test from the mesh nodes to the master unit. You can see the results that we got right there. And we can go back. We can look at our devices to manage them. So first up, we have the studio device selected. You can see one client. My iPhone's currently on it. We can select the settings gear icon. That'll take us to more options right here to control the LED indicator. We can restart the device, factory reset it. Same for the additional devices we have connected to. And you can see this device is actually telling us it's too close. We have that info icon, distance between devices. Optimum range is green, too far is orange. So that's nice that we can see those settings. We can also access more settings for that device too right here. Same as the other one, we can restart it, factory reset it. At this stage too, we can also select the plus icon in the top right-hand corner to add more devices in the future as we build out our mesh network. And we go back to the dashboard to view parental controls. You can see the individual users right now. You can see the options right here. We can set rules right there for that user. Guests as well. We have an edit icon right here, so you can see what we can do. And then we have a plus icon, so we can create a group if we want with some users. And then you can also see at the bottom we have our rules list. So we can add a new rule, we can name it, give it a weekly schedule, days of the week, time periods as well. And then we can filter stuff on the web, social media. You can see right there, search engines, video, media, custom URLs. So you have a lot of options to set up some pretty restrictive parental controls if you want. And then you can see our internet speed test right there and our connection status. So now let's go ahead, let's conduct another speed test. So for the speed test, I conducted it connected to the EnGenius Wi-Fi network that we set up using the Meteor app, and you can see the results that we got right here. So awesome download, upload, and ping scores. And it's gonna work great with all of the popular apps you would use online today. But to give you guys a point of reference, I also ran that same test again on the Meteor app with my current home network, and you can see the results right here. So definitely a pretty big difference between the two. It's all awesome across the board for both of them, which is good news. So any of your basic web browsing, video viewing, streaming, that sort of thing, not gonna have any issues. But I did see a pretty substantial change in all of those scores with the EnGenius network setup coming out of this device, both plugged in to the exact same modem. So keep that in mind. That's the speed test results that I was receiving with my home network and this device plugged into it. So I think it's really good and I'm very happy with it. So overall, guys, I think it's a very simple device to set up and operate. I love the plug and play functionality. Just download the free app for iOS and Android devices, plug in the network cable and the power supply, and you're all set and ready to go. It can get overwhelming with a lot of the technical features and jargon that you can change in these router setups, but I think they do a really good job making it very simple, giving you the basic information first, like changing the network name, password, turning on a guest network, that sort of thing, but not having to dive into too many of the actual technical details unless you want to visit the web page under the advanced setting to really tweak this to your networking preferences. I think it does a good job. I'm happy with the results that I'm seeing here in my house. So I have a detached garage separate from my house. And currently with my home network, I don't get any signal strength out there. But since now I have this set up, one in my studio and the other unit is up in my hallway, that's, you know, one room over from the closest room to my detached garage, which is about 30, 40 feet away from my house. I put that in the hallway there, and guess what? I have 2 Wi-Fi bars out there and I can use the internet just fine. So this really has a great range, even with just 2 devices set up. I can't imagine how much better it would be with 3 or 4. So if you have a big house, you know, a lot of walls, doors, obstructions, that sort of thing, dead spots in your house, a mesh system is going to be a great addition to help you alleviate any of those dead spots. So overall, very great design. I love how it looks. In the future, the only upgrade I think I'd want to see is a PoE version. I really wish they had a PoE version, so you just have to have one cable plugged in and not have to worry about the power supply. Because I'm thinking for myself, oh, in my new house, I want to run this, you know, maybe through my attic, mounted on the ceiling. Well, then I got to have a power source up there as well too, where if I just had to run one network cable, you know, just be so much easier. Kind of like PoE security cameras. I'm a little bit biased, but I love the PoE technology. So that's what I'd like to see change from this in the future. But overall, I'm impressed. It's very plug and play and easy to set up. Well, that concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the product link will be in our video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. Any purchase made through that link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. So we're really grateful and thankful for all of your support. While you're at it, can you go ahead and hit that like button for us? And subscribe to our channel. We have new content coming out daily, and we don't want you to miss anything. Please go ahead and give us a follow online and make it a clean sweep. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. You can message us on WeChat, check out our website, and join our free newsletter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget new content daily, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.